Toastmaster funny, chain bikri ko lagi, Toastmaster funny.
Women will never be as successful as men because they have no wives to advise. As a part of my speech, today I would like to say about a woman who is more successful than men as a human being. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Myself, Anish Srikanth. Today I am going to deliver my CC7 speech, and my speech title is Chain Bikri Ko Lagi, which means not for sale in Nepali language. Recently, I came across an incident about a girl named Anya. She is from a poor country, Myanmar. There were few opportunities for better growth. A friend of a friend suggested her that she would get well paid in Nepal. She was introduced to an agent. Who paid for her to get a passport and arrange a travel cost. She traveled from Myanmar to Nepal. And she met a stranger over there. And he took her passport and brought her to an home which is already occupied by two other women. And very soon she understood that the job she was to do was to provide sexual services for men on 24/7 basis. Her age is just 17. How sad it is. Guys, do you know the average age of a girl entry into the prostitution is just 13 years. Over 2 million children every year exploited into this crime business. Coming to this story. She was, whenever she objected, she was beaten up and raped. He warned her that she is an illegal immigrant and he had her passport. And he used to ask her money back, which is around $5,000, which is impossible for her to pay back. And she had no other choice except to accept. We all know what happens next. Their cruelty resulted HIV for Anya. This is the story of Anya. Not only Anya, there are so many girls and women trapped into this trafficking throughout worldwide. We all come across these kind of stories in newspapers, social media and televisions. But most of the people do nothing except feeling sad about them. But one woman came forward and started fighting against this. And she also called by names, Face of Humanity and Protect the Powerless. And she is Anuradha Koirala. And she is from Nepal. And she is a social activist. And she is a director and founder of Mighty Nepal, a non-profit organization. And she dedicated her life to save the victims of trafficking. And she received a domestic violence from her husband and even made her have 3 miscarriages. And this inspired her to fight against the trafficking and men abusing women. Mighty Nepal operates a rehabilitation home in Kathmandu. As Mighty suggests, Mother's Home has been given refuge for women and girls. Till now, Anuradha saved 13,000 women and girls from trafficking. Even Anya is one among them. Anya now is in safe hands of Anuradha Koirala, even though she is at the beginning stage of HIV. But she is happy. Very soon, she would be leaving to her home country. In a survey done by NGO Equality Now, they have found out that 134 countries criminalized in sex trafficking. These are the top 10 countries among them. Unfortunately, sad to say this, India is in 5th position and Nepal is in 7th position. 20.9 million women and girls are brought and sold into worldwide into this business, into this crime business. Out of 10 trafficking victims, 8 victims are of sexual exploitation. It means 80% of trafficking involved sexual exploitation. And this is a $32 billion dollars. This generates $32 billion every year. And this is the third largest crime business, international crime business. And the sad thing is the average cost of a slave is just $90. And this is the present situation of the world. And we can see how the countries are affected by trafficking. And red indicates very high, and orange indicates high. Even India is included in that. And green indicates medium, and yellow indicates low, and blue indicates low, and dark blue indicates very low. And they did not get the reports for some of the reasons. And this is the worst situation of the world. And these are the words of one of the survivor from Cambodia. They forced me to sleep with as many as 50 customers a day. Had to give all my money. If I did not, they punished me by removing my clothes and beating me with a stick until I fainted. Electrocuting me, cutting me. And this is the horrible situation of the victims throughout the world. My dear friends, we are lucky. We are still living in a safe environment with the people we love and be able to do what we want to do. I am sure we all don't want to live in a world where we are harassing the girls. I am sure we all want to see them happy. They are not for sale. The moment you decided to care, it's the moment the world becomes the best place to live. If we really want to see a real development, our best investment is women. Before expecting anything from women, we should start respecting them. Thank you, and over to Demon.